I'm Wally from Black Dot Energy, and this is the technical maintenance PIMD videos for WITS to ensure proper service delivery of the hot water system for the Webster residences. This video is about the cold water supply and the backup water redundancy that you can see behind me, and the pressure pump system. In our previous technical videos, we've showed you how to identify if there's a problem in the hot water system. And in the first video, we alluded to the pressure being 3 bar. If the pressure in the system is not 3 bar, this is where the problem would be. And this is the backup water redundancy, which is in fact the cold water for the entire building. So when I designed this system, when we did the expansion on this residence building, what I did is I designed a 10,000 litre backup water standby capacity. And the reason for that is, in Johannesburg we've had intermittent water interruptions from the municipality. So the intent of this 10,000 litres is that at least when there's a water interruption, we've got basic drinking water available and being able to flush toilets and maintain some hygienic standard during that water interruption. So 10,000 litre to 5,000 litre tanks, and the way that this works, it's got a normal float valve in the top of the unit, but it's an electronic float valve. And what that means is the float valve will pick up when the water level goes down. When that goes down and it needs to be refilled, there is a solenoid that in fact opens a 110 millimeter valve that very quickly fills the tank. It's not the conventional float valve that we used to. Previously, we did have a problem where on a Friday afternoon late, that electronic float valve had some dirt and debris stuck in it from the municipality, and in fact it didn't close and we had the tanks overflowing. So in this video I'm going to show you now where the pressure pumps are, but also in fact how to shut down the pressure pumps if there's an error and the valves in fact don't close and it overflows. How the system is designed that if the pumps are switched off or if there's electricity interruption, the valves automatically change over to a straightforward municipal supply. However, when the power comes back on or when the pressure pumps are activated, all the water comes into the tanks and the water from the tanks is circulated into the buildings to ensure that we continuously circulate fresh water, number one, and number two, to ensure that we've got a consistent 3 bar pressure in the entire building to circulate water and liquid throughout all the floors. And again, a balanced pressure between cold and hot water. So let me show you at the back the pressure pumps and where the emergency shutter valve is. So at the back of the storage tanks, we can now see the various main components. So number one is our control panel. This does the automatic switch over from the pump system to the municipal system. Again, the same as what we had in the opposite plant room, always needs to be on auto. If anything goes wrong and you need to shut off the water, the first thing to do is to switch off the power. The pumps are switched off, and to isolate the tanks by taking this butterfly valve and closing it. So what we've done now is we've isolated the pressure pumps and the tanks. If these pumps or tanks were overflowing, we've now stopped the pressure pumps, we've isolated the valves, and there's no cold water going to these tanks. Automatically, the water will now flow through the valves from municipality. This is still at 3 bars, and that water will flow into the building. If the contractor has come and they've fixed it, or you've been able to establish where the problem is, the main thing again, open the valve. Again, the valve, if it's in the direction of the line, it means that it's open. We switch on the pump and everything is functional again. And that's the easiest way, or what is required, to in fact isolate the pressure pumps and the backup storage. Let me show you here at the bottom the redundancy of the pressure pumps. So these are our 2 pressure pumps. Again, a very high quality Grundfos pump setup. When these pumps are running, you'll see that we've got a 3 bar pressure going into the building. In summary, what we have here, the float valve the electronic filling. If anything goes wrong there, isolate the system, switch off the pumps. It'll automatically switch over to the municipal supply and phone the contractor to fix it. But you'll be able to continue supplying cold water into the building directly from the municipality while the repairs needs to be done on the backup or the pressure backup water system. What we also brought into this is, in fact, going right to the bottom of the system. We enabled this tanks to be filled externally. So let's say there was a very long shutdown of municipal supply. There is pipe work that's taken down in the shafts to the bottom of the building. If we need to resupply the system from, let's say, borehole water over tanker, it is possible to supply this plant room with cold water externally from a tanker or borehole water. Thank you for watching this video. Also watch our other technical videos, but this concludes the section on the cold water standby for the David Webster plant room.